Hello, and welcome to the Building an Indie Business podcast with SupremeRumHam. I'm your host, Alex. Today, I'm going to be continuing the series of podcasting episodes and talking about monetization today. I'm going to be talking about the 3 ways you can monetize a podcast: ads, selling something, or having your listeners pay directly. Let's get into it. Ads. So there are 3 types of ads that you can have in a podcast. The first one is pre-roll, the second one is mid-roll, and the last one is post-roll. The difference between all 3 of them is when a podcaster will play them. So pre-roll is before you start the podcast, mid-roll is in the middle of your podcast, and post-roll is after the podcast ends. So based on when you play the ad is how much you will charge or get paid for the ad. I don't really have numbers, but I know that this is how you charge for the ads. You can also do affiliate links. So you sign up for something like Amazon affiliate links, and then you discuss a product. Like, let's say I'm discussing which microphone I use and a specific product or specific mic company. I can put a link to the exact mic I was talking about on Amazon with an affiliate link, and anyone who clicks on it and buys the microphone from my link will be giving me money. Okay, let's move on to sell something. So another way to monetize a podcast is by selling something, and this can be an ebook, consulting, a course, or services. And this is one way to keep your podcast ad-free while still being able to monetize the podcast. So for ebook, if I were to write a book, it could be something about podcasting, and I could write about podcasting. I could take all my episodes, turn it into a book, and then sell the book to my audience who prefers written content. And that way, I'm able to monetize the podcast. For consulting, how I can consult is I could give people advice on their podcast. I could help them grow their audience, help them improve the content of their podcast, things like that. For course, I can make a course on podcasting. I could record myself setting up a podcast, promoting a podcast, editing a podcast, and helping people start a podcast. For services, I can physically help people create podcasts by doing it for them and then giving them the password to everything. Or like I could edit their podcast for them. Okay, so have users pay directly. And you can do this through donations, or you can have a private podcast. So let's say I close open podcasts, and the only way to get to building an indie business is by paying to become a member of open podcasts, and I give them the private RSS feed URL to the podcast. And yeah, anyone who pays for Open Podcast gets the link. That's one way to monetize a private podcast. Okay. So those are the ways you can monetize a podcast through the examples of how I can do it with my community and my podcast. Thank you for listening. I hope you got some value out of this and an understanding of how to monetize your podcast. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day. Bye.